Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Daniel James is set to complete a permanent move to Leeds. Leeds are closing in on a 30 million deal for Daniel James. Fabrizio Romano said earlier on today that Leeds United were in advanced talks to sign Daniel James from Manchester United. Recent reports said that Everton were looking to hijack Leeds' move for Daniel James by making a late offer of 40 million, but now Fabrizio Romano has come out and said that Everton are not planning to hijack Leeds' move for Daniel James. Leeds were very close to getting Daniel James back in January 2019. He said Man United would demand a fee of 20 million. We got Daniel James in a deal worth 15 million from Swansea back in the summer of 2019. Daniel James was under contract with Man United until 2024. There was an option of a further year. The reason we are offloading him is because Man United re-signed Cristiano Ronaldo. Now I want to give you some news on Amad Diallo. So Amad Diallo won't be leaving Manchester United on loan because he's injured. Fabrizio Romano did recently say that Feyenoord were close to signing Amad Diallo on loan until the end of the season, and Solskjaer did confirm that Amad Diallo would go out on loan. We got Amad Diallo in a deal worth £37 million. We paid 19 million up front. We got him from Atlanta. He's got a contract with Man United until 2025. There's a good chance that Jesse Lingard is leaving. A report from the Sunday Mirror said yesterday that West Ham are planning to make a £15 million bid. So that's a cut price deal. It also mentioned that Everton were planning to make an offer. Now, not so long ago, Solskjaer did confirm that Jesse Lingard remains part of his plans this season, despite the ongoing speculation. Now, a few weeks ago, West Ham's first team coach, Stuart Pearce, came out and said that West Ham want to sign Jesse Lingard, and he did mention that he's a special lad. West Ham did receive a huge boost in their pursuit of Lingard the other week anyway, because it said we dropped our asking price to 20 million. Initially, we was demanding 25 million. And Fabrizio Romano did mention that West Ham were going to submit another bid. Lingard enjoyed a 4-month loan spell with West Ham last season, and he made an impact. Not so long ago, Lingard had COVID. Lingard's current contract at Man United expires next year. He has been part of the club for a long time, risen up our academy. He's won quite a few trophies at Man United, won the FA Cup, Charity Shield, Europa League and the EFL Cup, and he scored in some of them finals. Now obviously earlier on today I gave you the news on Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo has completed his Manchester United medical. He completed his medical in Lisbon over the weekend. Manchester United will pay around €15 million, with a further €8 million in add-ons. Cristiano Ronaldo has agreed personal terms with Manchester United on a 2-year contract with an option of a 3rd year. Ronaldo will receive around £480,000 a week, so that means he's going to be the highest earner at Old Trafford. But Man United have re-signed Cristiano Ronaldo after 12 years. After the 1-0 win against Wolves yesterday, Solskjaer confirmed that Ronaldo will play as a centre-forward, and he will be making his debut for Man United against Newcastle after the international break. It got announced on Friday that Man United reached an agreement with Juventus to re-sign Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo left Juventus training. He was there for like 40 minutes and he made it clear to Juventus that he wanted to leave. In Solskjaer's press conference prior to the game against Wolves, he made a public plea for Cristiano Ronaldo to rejoin the club. But I'm shocked that he's come back. I think a lot of Man United fans are, because don't forget, Man City were the favourites to sign him. Man City were in talks with Cristiano Ronaldo's agent Jorge Mendes, but Man City for some reason pulled out of the race, probably didn't want to pay his wages. But the reason Man City went in for Ronaldo is because they couldn't get Kane, because Kane is staying at Tottenham. Ronaldo's going to do well in his second spell at Man United, despite him being the age of 36. He's the greatest player of all time. Ronaldo has won 32 major trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. In Cristiano Ronaldo's first spell at Man United, he scored 118 goals in 292 games in all competitions, and he won 3 Premier League titles. He won the FA Cup, the Champions League, couple of League Cups, and he won the FIFA Club World Cup. And in Ronaldo's first spell at Man United, he endured 6 years at the club. You know, got him in 2003 from Sporting Lisbon for 12 million. Sold him to Real Madrid in 2009 for 80 million. So we gained a £68 million profit. He endured like 10 years with Real Madrid, so was a long-serving player with them. Juventus got him in 2018 for 88 million. And he endured 3 years at Juventus. His current contract at Juventus was due to expire next year. The summer transfer window closes tomorrow. Can Manchester United make one more signing? We're trying to get a midfielder in, and there's been quite a few midfielders on our agenda. Not so long ago, Solskjaer did mention that he still wants to sign Declan Rice from West Ham, but faces a battle for the West Ham midfielder. Declan Rice is unhappy with West Ham's 100 million price tag. He's planning to run down his contract at West Ham. He has 3 years left on his contract at West Ham. I think he's rejected like 3 contract offers at West Ham. We've also been linked to Ruben Neves from Wolves. We was in for Sol Niguez, but I've now disregarded Sol Niguez because Mundo Deportivo have said that Sol Niguez is set to stay at Atletico Madrid. At one point, Chelsea were closing in on Sol Niguez because Chelsea put an official bid in for him. It was an initial loan with an option to buy next summer. And Eduardo Camavinga, he's also been on our agenda. But Man United have made 4 signings in this summer transfer window. We brought Tom Heaton in on a free from Villa, brought Jadon Sancho in from Borussia Dortmund, brought Rafael Varane in from Real Madrid, and we've obviously re-signed Cristiano Ronaldo. And we've spent around £130 odd million. We've enjoyed a good summer transfer window, and Solskjaer has mentioned quite a few times he's been pleased with our summer transfer business. This is one of the best transfer windows we've enjoyed for such a long time. And Solskjaer has received the backing he deserves. And a few weeks ago, Solskjaer was warned he must sell to buy. And like I said, we're on the verge of selling Daniel James. He's the first player we would have sold in this summer transfer window. And, there's a good chance that we're going to sell Jesse Lingard as well. But we have loaned quite a few players out. Obviously, we loaned Brandon Williams out to Norwich in this window. We loaned Andres Pereira out to Flamengo. We loaned Ethan Laird out to Swansea. We loaned Axel Tuanzebe out to Aston Villa. We loaned Facundo Palestri out to Alaves, and we loaned Tahith Chong out to Birmingham. I've already gone through with you the players I want Man United to offload. I want us to offload Phil Jones. There's a good chance we'll offload Phil Jones next summer, because Phil Jones is set to stay at Man United this season after Solskjaer told him he remains part of his plans. Jones made his comeback from injury in that behind closed doors game against Burnley. Because Jones was out with a knee injury for a while. He sustained the injury in that cup game against Tranmere, was it last season. Jones is the only outfield player that's still with us from the Ferguson era. Jones has endured 10 years at Manchester United, so he has been a long-serving player. Diego Dalot, I also want us to offload him, but we're not going to be offloading him in this summer transfer window by the looks of things, because Sky Sports News confirmed and the Manchester Evening News confirmed that Diego Dalot is staying at Manchester United. Sky Sports News said not so long ago that Borussia Dortmund were in advanced talks to sign Diego Dalot. There was interested in a loan deal with an option to buy next summer, and 2 other clubs were in for Diego Dalot. He said the same thing a few weeks ago, that he was likely to stay. We got Diego Dalot 3 years ago from Porto. We paid £19 million for him, and he's got a contract with Man United till 2023. Lindelof is another player I want us to offload, because I've got my strong reservations about him. He's always been a static centre-half, too predictable, makes too many mistakes. We got Lindelof in a deal worth 31 million from Benfica. He's got a contract with Man United till 2024. We'll offload Lindelof, I think, January or next summer. We won't be leaving in this summer transfer window. Matic, I said I want us to offload him, but we won't be offloading him in this summer transfer window. There's a good chance he'll leave in January or next summer. Matic isn't one of our first choice midfielders, but despite that, he still seems to get his chances. we got Matic in a deal worth 40 million from Chelsea back in 2017. So he's been with us for 4 years now. I said I wanted to offload Fred, but won't be offloading him in this summer transfer window. Fred's not good enough to represent the club. His passing's poor. His positioning can be poor. And we overpaid for Fred. We got him for 50 million from Shakhtar Donetsk. And Donny van der Beek, I don't think we'll be offloading him in this summer transfer window, but I think there's a good chance he'll leave in January or next summer, because Donny van der Beek is not getting enough game time at Manchester United. I haven't really had much of a perception on him at Man United because he hasn't had enough chances, has he? You know, last season Van der Beek made 36 appearances for Man United in all competitions, but most of them appearances come from the bench. I recall Van der Beek just starting 4 games in the league last season. You know, this is Van der Beek's second full season at Man United. I thought he was a very good player at Ajax. We got Van der Beek in a deal worth 40 million, with add-ons included. He's got a contract with Man United till 2025. And he's versatile, he can play in 3 different roles. And Martial is another player I wanted to offload, but we'll be offloading him in January or next summer, I should presume. He won't be leaving in this summer transfer window, because before the start of the season, Solskjaer refused to sell Anthony Martial. He remains part of his plans for this season. So, there you go. Obviously, you know the news on Paul Pogba. Marca recently said that Paul Pogba told his agent Mino Raiola that he wants to play for Real Madrid. He won't extend his contract with Man United, and he will leave for free in 2022. Now, Sky Sports said not so long ago that Pogba is very likely to leave Man United on a free next summer when his current contract expires, and it actually said he's set to join PSG on a free, because PSG are pushing to sign Pogba next summer, and PSG are prepared to offer Paul Pogba £510,000 a week in wages to prize him away from Man United. Now, the other week, Solskjaer spoke about Pogba. He said that talks were ongoing with Pogba's representatives to persuade Pogba to sign a new Man United contract. And Solskjaer did mention he was not worried about Pogba's contract situation. Now, before the start of the season, Pogba rejected a new Man United contract, and Sky Sports did come out and say that Pogba was increasingly unlikely to sign a new Man United contract. But Sky Sports News also said that Pogba sees a long-term future at Man United, but may wait on the contract extension. Pogba did well in our first 2 league games this season. You know, he got an assist against Southampton, and he got 4 assists in the opening day against Leeds. I thought he was pretty poor though against Wolves yesterday. Like I said, people are saying Pogba should have been sent off for the challenge on Ruben Neves, building up to Greenwood's equaliser. Greenwood's winning goal. Plus, Pogba lost possession too easily, and he gave the ball away a few times. To be fair though, Pogba did look better when Edison Cavani came on. But so far this season, we have registered 7 points from our first 3 league games. We are now 3rd in the Premier League. So we've won 2 games out of 3. Reflecting on that 1-0 win against Wolves yesterday, we've overtaken Arsenal's record. We are now unbeaten in our last 28 Premier League away games. That game against Wolves yesterday was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's 100th Premier League game as Manchester United manager. I said to you yesterday that Manchester United have got a title-winning squad, especially with Ronaldo re-signing. But I said to you, when we signed Sancho and Varane, that turns Man United into title contenders. Solskjaer talked up Man United's title hopes before the start of the season, didn't he? And Solskjaer's ambition for this season is to win the Premier League. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013, which is 8 years ago now. But Solskjaer is aware that he has to win a trophy this season to basically save his job. He's not yet won a trophy as Man United manager, and we haven't won a trophy since 2017. This is Solskjaer's third full season as Man United manager. Solskjaer has managed over 150 games as Man United manager in all competitions. Solskjaer has been in charge of the club for almost 3 years, and reflecting now on he's been at the football club, he has gained some managerial experience and he's learnt quite a bit on the job. Before Solskjaer was with us, he was at Mould. He enjoyed 2 spells at Mould. He won a few Norwegian titles at Mould, but they're not a big club. And before he was at Mould, he was at Cardiff, and his record at Cardiff was absolutely disastrous. The reason he got sacked from Cardiff is because he ended up getting them relegated. And before Cardiff, he managed a Man United reserve team, so he watched some of the team grow and develop. But Ole hasn't got a proven pedigree as a manager, but that doesn't mean he can't succeed as Manchester United manager. But whatever happens regarding Solskjaer, we'll always adore him, because at the end of the day, he's a club legend. He endured 11 years as a player for Man United. He flourished under Sir Alex Ferguson's guidance. Before the start of the season, Solskjaer signed a new contract with the club until 2024. There's an option of a further year. And a lot of United fans disagreed with us giving him that new contract, because I can assure you won't see out this new contract. My perceptions have not changed on Ole. I still don't think he's a long-term manager for Man United, despite us enduring a good window. We appointed Solskjaer in December 2018 to replace Mourinho, and he's been permanent Man United manager since March 2019. But you can see that progress has been made under Ole. He's got us to semi-finals. He got us to 3 semi-finals in his first full season. And then he got us to a semi-final last season. That was the EFL Cup semi-final. Last season he got us to the Europa League final. That was his first major final as Man United manager. And last season got us to the quarter-finals of the FA Cup. So there you go. And last season got us a 2nd place finish. In his first full season, he got us a 3rd place finish. Solskjaer has signed 14 players as Manchester United manager, and he spent just over 400 million in total. Solskjaer's also got rid of a lot of players since he's coming. He's got rid of quite a few players permanently, and he's loaned quite a few players out. Some have obviously returned from their loan, some have gone back out on loan. Solskjaer's more or less given everybody their chances to express themselves, including the young players, like he surely would do when he got appointed in as Man United manager. And I like the way he develops the youth, and we've extended a lot of players' contracts as well since Solskjaer came in. By the way, Solskjaer did say the other week he wants new contracts for 5 players. That's Bruno Fernandes, Paul Pogba, Marcus Rashford, Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire. So there is plenty of positives. Solskjaer's decision making's got to improve this season because analysing the vast majority of his games at Man United, he's been tactically naive. Some games he showed tactical flexibility, but he's got to show tactical flexibility persistently. Solskjaer is our best manager since Ferguson. He's our 4th permanent manager since Ferguson. You know, because since Ferguson we sacked David Moyes, we sacked Louis van Gaal and we sacked Jose Mourinho. But like I've said to you so many times before, when we're inconsistent and when we've been inconsistent, not all of the blame has stemmed from Ole. He's been accountable for certain things, but like I've mentioned, there's still certain players at the club that are not good enough to represent the club, and plus I hate the way the football club's been run for such a long time. Like I've said to you before, the Glazers, they've been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time, because the Glazers have put Manchester United in so much debt. The Glazers have been at Man United for 16 years. They purchased the club for 500 million back in 2005. But, like I mentioned, in this summer transfer window, the Glazers have backed Solskjaer, only because they've been persuaded to, because towards the end of last season, the Glazers were planning to scrap the Champions League for that European Super League, and reflecting on that, a lot of United fans protested against the Glazers at Carrington. Then, after that, there was United fans protesting against the Glazers outside Old Trafford. But Solskjaer did reveal that the Glazers apologised. And Woodward, you know, he's been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time because he was accountable for how poor our recruitment was for so long. Plus, we've overpaid for players in recent years. But Woodward has said several times before that he'd back Solskjaer. And he assured that Solskjaer's job was safe, even when we was enduring them really bad periods under him. It got announced that Woodward was leaving when that European Super League came into the equation. You know, Woodward's had a 16-year association with the club, and you know, so there you go. I certainly think Man United made the right decision getting a director of football in. Our director of football is John Murtough, and he certainly played a part in getting Solskjaer the players that he wanted in. You've got Matt Judge, that's part of the club, and you've got Darren Fletcher, that's part of the club. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very soon.